Hello there, yogis. If you listen to one of my videos that I did, crikey, about 3 weeks ago now, I was mentioning how Amethyst has really helped me to sleep. At the time, I think I'd only been having it with me at night for about 4 nights or something. So I just wanted to come back and give you a bit of an update. Now, this is one of the amethyst points that I've been sleeping with under my pillow. I've got about 6 different pieces. This is obviously the largest. This would be another one. I've also got some geodes that I have by my bed. So I've got quite a big amethyst geode that I have by my bed. So amethyst is very, very soothing. It actually soothes the mental space. And I found that I have been sleeping a lot better, all bar a couple of nights. Over the past 3 weeks, I've been sleeping sort of 6 hours straight. I did have a couple of nights where I woke up a couple of times in the night. I get anxiety, hormonal anxiety, so my body trembles and shivers and quivers and things, and it's just the hormone changes, and you can wake up feeling quite horrible, really. It's just something that us poor ladies have to go through at a certain age. So I just thought that, working with Amethyst, I was just drawn to it, really, to have it near to me. This one here that I've got around my neck is actually auralite, which is a form of chevron amethyst, and I just got given this piece when I ordered a different crystal. They just included it, and as soon as I unpacked it, I thought, oh my gosh, I've got to have that near me. And it was kind of the recognition of that made me reach for the other amethyst to have closer. There's a reason I'm craving amethyst, so I started to put it under my pillow, and it has really helped. Last night I taught at Balmoral Road, and I was really exhausted when I got home, not just sleepy tired, like life force tired. And I went to gather my amethyst to put under my pillow, and I thought, I still want amethyst, but I need something that's going to inject some energy back into me. I felt like my inner sun had disappeared, my sort of inner brightness, inner spark had disappeared last night, and I can get that feeling, particularly with peri-menopause. It's like as the hormones shift and drop, it is like your body is going into withdrawal. It's recognizing that an aspect of its life force has diminished quite sharply, and that, I think that's one of the reasons why you can get anxiety. Not only does your body inject you with cortisol and adrenaline to counteract that drop in hormones, which obviously doesn't help, but the tissues in the body that are used to having a certain amount of estrogen and progesterone, obviously when that drops drastically, they go into a bit of a state of shock. And this is my interpretation of it, and I was getting that last night. So I came to my crystal collection that I've got, and I was drawn to orange. So this is orange calcite. I had 1, 2, 3 bits of orange calcite under my pillow last night, as well as my piece of amethyst. I also picked up a piece of goldstone, if you can see the twinkles in there. So this is actually a man-made stone. It's got flecks of hematite in it, and that's said to bring about that feeling of the internal sun. So the orange calcite does help you to soothe anxiety, because it inspires a connection back to your inner power, your life path. If you think about how anxiety can manifest, sometimes it manifests when we find ourselves in the wrong place at the wrong time, or we're not using our energy in a way that our life's purpose had designed it. And if you think about it, particularly with peri-menopause and menopause, as we as women are here, and that side of our system is massive. It runs our life for years, and when that starts to leave, there can be a subconscious connection into our purpose diminishing. Not saying it is, but it can do that. And I get that feeling of loss a lot, not mentally, but literally physically, as those fluctuations come about. So this just helps to bolster up your own reassurance, your own sense of inner light, wellness. It works on the sacral chakra, so it's very healing for all the reproductive and sexual sort of organs, and that's where obviously it's very, I needed to have that in my system. So I had those under my pillow. I also had some Quantum Quatro. Now this is a combination of quartz, azurite, chrysocolla and malachite. So this helps to balance the system and leaves you focused. It releases suppressed energy and emotions. So if you've got worry, fear, anything like that, it just helps you to balance them and to soothe them. It's very, very beneficial for your liver, and it sort of detoxes you, and it sort of reinstates your immune system. So because I was feeling really low, I've actually had this on my person for a couple of days. I've needed it. Also, I've had with me some Lemurian aquatine calcite. Now, I'm a big fan of Lemuria, so I've got some oracle cards here, beyond Lemuria. Lemuria was a time when things were very much of a higher vibration, crystal healing, sound healing, energy work, telepathy, very sort of fluid, feminine aspect. We're very in a masculine age in terms of everything's very logically positioned, whereas back then it was much more to do with the emotions, much more harmonious. And so for me, this kind of a real water element. This is very, very soothing, and I mean, I'd love a massive piece of this. I'll have to find a bit. I would love a massive piece of that. So I had that under my pillow. The other thing that I've had under my pillow is this. And this is called a Starbury Quartz. Now, it's said to help you to connect to anything galactic. You can't really see it on there, but it's got these kind of little crustaceans. I think they're called glyphs. And it's also got a future timeline, which is this here. It's a bit back to front on this screen. It's a future timeline. So what this helps you to do, connect to future things that are relevant to the now. And it also helps to connect to any subconscious messages or directions that you may have from of a galactic nature. So some people, they say, were alive in the age of Lemuria, and they stemmed from star seeds. So they may have come down from the Pleiades or Sirius or somewhere like that, and they've come to Earth to incarnate now as a way of holding light and building a higher vibration on the planet. So as the Earth is moving and changing and the planets are moving through something called the photon belt, the vibration of the planet is getting higher, and as a result our bodies need to adjust to that, and there's lots of changes that are going on, our vibrations being raised. So this is helping to connect to any subconscious messages to help with that. I've also got here another kind of extraterrestrial stone. It's called Moldavite. And this was formed in the Czech Republic about 15,000 years ago when a meteorite struck. This is the theory. They're not sure whether it's actually part of the meteor or whether it was formed as the melting occurred between the meteorite and the rocks on the land in which it crashed into. It's very expensive for something this size. I mean, you can get pieces that are sort of £300 or £400. And but it is supposed to be a very powerful crystal, and one that you should think carefully before having in your collection, because it's said to put you in touch with the things in life that aren't resonating with you, that aren't connecting you to your life's path. So I've had this on my person for a while. They say if you buy a piece of moldavite, you should have it only on you for a certain amount of time a day. Now, I've been working with this for, I don't know, 4 weeks or more now, and I can honestly say the only changes I've had, my van broke down, but Kenny's since fixed it. I've had some synchronicities happen, but ultimately, for me, it's kind of a doorway. I'm leaving it in my system as a doorway of just opening my awareness to the fact that I'm open to possibilities. Okay, so that's Moldavite, and I'm activating it to a higher frequency with a Herkimer Diamond. So Herkimer Diamond just raised the vibration. I've got here also some honey calcite. That just cleanses the energy around in the room, and it also heightens the effectiveness of any other stone that is placed with it. It does look like honey, doesn't it? That's been solidified. I absolutely love calcite. Calcite, for me, it feels like a stone that penetrates in a gentle way. It sort of cuts through stuff. So if I combine it with amethyst is sort of like a hug. It's sort of reassuring, whereas calcite sort of goes through the middle. So the two of them together gets right in deep. And I've actually bought myself a little amethyst geode that's got calcite in it, and I just had to get it because I've got that right by my bed. I absolutely love it. I look at it a lot, and I can feel and sense its presence and stuff. If you're not used to working with the energy of crystals, it can be hard to actually understand what I'm saying with all this. But if you are interested in sensing a little bit more, you can play around with any stone out of the garden. You can even use a piece of fruit. And there's a way of beginning to recognize and pick up on the energy of these things that isn't using your headspace. You're actually trying to feel and sense the vibration of it, not just in your hand, but throughout your energy body. And once you start to connect with that, you realize that most messages in life, most decisions that need to be made, anything like that, actually originate first in your energy body. So, we use the head way too much in this life. And I'm really, really practicing trying to stay connected to the energetic side of my being, and almost feeling everything in my aura first and what my aura is saying back to me. And when you use crystals in the aura and then you swap from crystal to crystal, so this is black obsidian, this just detracts, so it draws away any negative energy and holds it. Very protective stone. And when you feel the difference between, say, that and the amethyst, and you can sense the difference, not just in the hand, but in the energy body, you realise the power of these things. Okay, I just wanted to share this with you. I'm just going to tilt this down. I don't think I can switch it, actually. No, it won't let me switch it. So I'm just gonna tilt this down so you can see the stones that I had under my pillow overnight. I obviously wasn't lying directly on them. I'll have two pillows. These will sit like around my head on the first pillow, then I'll put my second pillow on top of it. And last night I went through 7 hours without waking up at all. So if you've got any sleep problems at all, it might be, that there's another stone that would work with you better. But I'm doing a series of workshops on a Monday evening once a month called Walk the Talk, Spiritual Progression. And last night we were working with crystals and how you can sense them in your energy and how you can stay connected to that through a yoga practice and everything. So I will be touching a little bit on all that on Saturday morning in my Zoom. It's £5. It's 9:30 till 10 o'clock. And I'm just going to be revisiting some of the things that we did in the masterclass last night. So if you've got a crystal or a stone or anything and you want to have a little play with this, then why not sort of sign up to the Zoom on Saturday morning, 9:30. I'll send you the link. It's only £5 and you can start to put it into practice. If you haven't got any crystals, you can use a stone out the garden. You can use anything really, anything that's got, everything's got life to it. A piece of wood, anything. You can use, I wouldn't necessarily go with plastic but plastic has a resonance in its own way. But yeah, you want to kind of like have something to hand. If you've got any questions or if you're interested in any of this, then don't be frightened to get in touch. I hope you found that interesting. I do love amethyst. Get a little piece of amethyst if you need to sleep. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.